The path your hands travel in the downswing has a huge effect on whether you shallow the club, like this, or whether you come down steep. This next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it right. Keep watching. What's interesting about the pro golfers' swings, I find, is in their downswing, the hand path that they travel, doesn't matter what sort of backswing they've got, someone from a Jim Furyk or a John Daly over here, or someone that has a flatter, more laid off backswing, their downswing, the hand path is very predictable. It is the same for nearly every one of them, very similar. Now, whilst it's true that your upper body plays a huge role in what your hands do, we need to move your body properly. Now, if you move your body properly, your hands will naturally follow suit. I want to show you something really interesting about your hands in the downswing, because there's 3 different paths they can take, and you may have been taught one of these and you're still struggling and just want some clarity on the right hand path for you. I'm going to take the club up to the top of my backswing. I'm gripping this fairly light. Now, if my hands move down, you'll notice what the club does, comes down fairly steep. If I move the hands out, that club will naturally shallow. Now, the trick is, you want a bit of a blend of both to make a really good downswing, get that hand path on a great path for one really important reason. So you can shallow the club, which is getting to here somewhere rather than over here steep. Now, the problem with a lot of golfers I see is with those hands, they understand that they need to get that hand path a little bit out. They understand that the hands need to get a little bit out, but they go too far, which shallows the club, but find yourself in a really difficult position here where you've got to get this club down to that ball. And what usually happens is you lift up, pull back to try and hit the ball, or you come across to give yourself room, cut across the golf ball. Neither one of those is very desirable. Now, the other one that gets taught sometimes and can work, it's not what I recommend, is having the hands move in this sort of path more down. Now, it does shallow the club nicely, but at least gets the club a lot more close to your body rather than out here, so you won't come down over the top. The problem is when you do that, again, you've got to get this club out here somewhere, so it requires a lot more hand movement to then get out towards the golf ball. And you've got to be really careful of the amount of rotation you do, because if you rotate too much, you get trapped in this sort of awkward position here and you won't be able to generate any power. So what do I recommend you do? And I'll show you why this is a powerful move for you. I want you to get your hands moving as we get to the top here. As we shift pressure, I want you to get those hands moving. A little bit of gravity drop down, but I want you to have them moving. Focus on this handle pointing out towards that golf ball. I'm going to show you this with an alignment rod just attached to my golf club, just with about a foot or so off the end here, just to give you a better visual what I'm talking about. So what I was saying was, as we start our downswing, I'd like to see that handle of your club pointing roughly down at the golf ball. Now, I mean roughly, doesn't have to be exact. Every golfer is slightly different, but have it roughly pointing at the golf ball. Now, it will travel in an arc. The golf swing is on an arc. So as you come down, that handle is traveling towards that golf ball. Now, it'll get to a point roughly about this trail thigh where it'll stop, then it'll move in and then up behind you. That's how you get that slingshot effect with your clubs. When you strike the golf ball, then the hands will keep moving around you through to your follow through. Now, this is the same, not just for irons, for your hybrids and driver. That is the ideal swing path I'd like to see you do. Now, I'm going to show you a drill in just a moment, how you can make this easier for you to train this into your game. So I'll just put that down for a moment. And I'll also show you some slow motion swings of some professional golfers, because getting a good visual how they do it, you can see how you can build that into your own game as well. So I get over one here. Now, this works for you regardless of what sort of golf swing you've got. If you've got a short back swing, you can only come to here somewhere. The same will apply down towards the golf ball. If you've got a longer backswing, even if it's too long, on your downswing, if you can at least get that handle going towards that golf ball, you can still hit a consistent, solid golf shot. So as I come up here, now the reason this is powerful and work great for your game is if you can get that handle more towards that ball, it requires less face rotation and it enables you to just use your normal body rotation, and you can square that club face up and be a lot more consistent. With that other method I mentioned of coming down like this, it requires more hands and there's a lot more club face rotation and a little bit more difficult to be consistent. If you come over the top in your downswing, or you lack flexibility or consider yourself a senior, your hand path could be destroying your game. So what I want you to do is, as you start down, check to see what your hand path is doing on video camera from down the line like this. Make sure the hands aren't going too far out like this and then cutting across the ball. And by the same token, make sure the hands aren't going just straight down. Make sure you get that beautiful arc going down towards the golf ball. And you're going to hit the ball solid and a lot more consistent. If you can get this hand path moving down towards the golf ball on this arc like I've showed you, this is an athletic move. This will help you shallow the club, and importantly, it will enable you to easily rotate through the golf ball. Any other way of moving your hands, that will inhibit your ability to rotate. Anything out here or down here makes it difficult to rotate, and when you can't rotate, your consistency is very much compromised. Just be careful how much your hands move in the way I showed you when you're doing this downswing move, because as you're coming down here, if they go too far, you can get yourself trapped and in a position here where you're forced to lift up, like I mentioned earlier. So extremely important that you do that correctly. Now let me show you a simple drill that can help build this into your game. Grab an alignment stick. What I want you to do is hold it out roughly somewhere where you would it set up with your lead arm. Now with your trail arm, get it right beside it. And just want you to make slow swings with your trail arm, making the rotation. Feel like that hand path goes towards that where the ball would be here and then matches up spot on to where the club is. And if you do that, you can really groove a great hand path and overall golf swing. Now, the key is with this, like I said in the beginning, is making sure you move your body correctly. If you move your body correctly, that hand path will naturally follow. So let's hit one with that same feeling, getting those hands moving on that slowly descending arc towards the golf ball, and see if we can hit one solid. Just like that. Give that a try. I know that will help you out. I've got an important video for you to watch coming up. Don't miss this. This talks about the left shoulder in the downswing. Now, if you can master this move with this hand path, it's going to help you hit some incredibly consistent and solid golf shots. So make sure you watch it. It's coming up.